I'm just sick and tired of men who have the audacity, who feel so entitled that they believe they can get whatever they want from a woman that they want who does not want them back. Hey friends, I hope you're all good. This is a completely impromptu video, but something happened this week and I spoke about it briefly on my Instagram yesterday. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know I talk a lot on my stories. I always talk about things that are happening with me in the moment, and this was something that happened to me this week, which I wanted to talk about, the stalker story that you guys won't stop DMing me about. I'm also going to talk about another story that happened to me in 2017 that I briefly spoke about in my stories on Instagram, but not as well as I would want to, so I'm going to talk about that today as well. Okay, so just before we get into this video, I just want to say I've started using a new mic. I've used it for a video that's going to go live soon, but I found that sometimes it kind of messes up and stuff, so I'm sorry if it does that in this video. If it does, I'm just going to revert to the audio from my camera, which is obviously not the same quality. I haven't done a story time in God knows how long, and I'm really excited to tell you guys my stories. I just want to say, one of the main reasons I'm doing this video is because I know a lot of women out there go through similar situations, and honestly, these situations that I've been through, they could have been avoided. And I'll explain how in a moment when I tell you guys a story. I just want you ladies out there to be safe, and I don't want you to be involved with guys that just want to take advantage of you or just want you for the wrong reasons. Do you know what I mean? As being a public figure, like, guys just want to be with you just for the sake of being with you. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't want to be with me because of who I am. They don't even know who I am, most of them. Most of them are just people that see my photos and are like, oh my god, she's hot, I want to be with her. Honey, no, I won't be with you because you think I'm hot. Like, that's why I honestly have come to the conclusion that I don't think I can be with anyone or marry someone who's just seen me on Instagram. Anyway, first story happened in 2017, so let's rewind 2 years almost, because it was in like late 2017. It was around November time, and it was the beginning of when I started doing loads of fashion lookbooks on YouTube. Amazing memories. And you guys know I was doing a lot of content with Adam, who's the most talented stylist ever. So me and Adam were planning to do this sick lookbook, and we were super excited to do this lookbook. Now, I'm gonna rewind a little bit more, because a couple months before this, when I was selling some of my collection, this guy, who's part of the story, ordered something for his mother. When you buy something, you get a return address. So he used to send to my return address, I think he's only sent once or maybe twice, I can't really remember, but both times there was a flower and a letter involved, right? So he would just say like, oh, you're a really amazing woman, blah blah blah, like, you know, really sweet stuff, you know. Like, I didn't really think anything of it. Like, I'm not like, oh my god, let me add him and be his girlfriend. This flower and hijab situation was all probably around summertime, and then around November time I was looking for a videographer. So I was like, if you are a videographer and you're, at the time, obviously this was the beginning of when I started doing like lookbooks, and I didn't have a budget to pay a videographer for, but I was willing to do like a promotional basis thing, and there's a lot of people that are happy to do that in the beginning of their career. And so this guy, which I think at that point I forgot that he was, I didn't add 2 and 2 together, which I probably should have, and that would have saved a lot of drama. This guy messaged me and he was like, Habiba, I live in Sweden, but I'm more than happy to come to do this videography thing, because he's actually a photographer, videographer. So we kind of had an written agreement, like message between each other, saying that yeah, this is not paid thing, but you're willing to do the videography. And if you guys know, a lookbook, like my lookbooks anyway for YouTube, are really chill videos. Like, there's not like a whole script. The most work that goes into my lookbooks is planning the outfits, not the videography. The videography is just like shoot me like posing in an outfit, you know. It's not that deep, so it doesn't take, like, I wasn't really worried that much about the videographer that I would have. He was like, yeah, I'm willing to come down to the UK, to Birmingham, he's from Sweden, to shoot this for you, and I'm willing to do it for free. I was like, okay, if you are willing to do that, then cool, let's do this. I mean, yeah. Me and Adam were working on the outfits, and he was like, we were proper like going in with the outfits. We were super excited. We had a date ready. So he arrived the day before, and we said we'd meet to discuss the video shoot and whatever. Basically, this guy thought he was gonna come to Birmingham and we would meet the first day and we would fall in love and we'd go out and have like the most romantic 3 days of his life, which obviously was not going to happen. He came to Birmingham and we had a meeting spot. When he saw that I was there with Adam, his face, oh my goodness, it changed. He was probably messaging me excitement, like, hey, this, that, the other. And then his face literally changed when he saw me, when he came up to us, and it was me and Adam. And I was like, hi, this is Adam. First of all, I'm not going to meet a random man on my own. Adam's part of the shoot anyway, so we should all discuss like whatever we need to discuss. There's not really much to discuss with filming a lookbook, you know? Like, we already picked the locations and everything. There was not much to it. You just have to get your camera and film it, you know? Like, I've done a few of these before. I know what it's like. We just kind of briefly talked about it. He was really awkward, like really super awkward. Me and Adam were trying to be like, hey, you know, talkative, whatever. He was probably like, yeah, like really awkward, really, I don't know if it's shyness or just awkward or whatever, but that was him. Okay, so the next day was the shoot, and me and Adam on our shoots, all of my shoots anyway, I always like to bring my speakers. We're on the streets. It's really lit, like we have a vibe, okay? Like, I want to have fun. It's a hard day of work. I like to bring my personality out in my videos. So I was like super chill. And it was so awkward because his face for the whole time was like stone. Like, he was so awkward and he wouldn't talk. And I had to keep on telling him how to shoot. Like, I was saying to him, shoot it like this, do that. The lighting here is better. Like, I felt like I was doing his job. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, cool, whatever. I didn't mind. I was just like, whatever. Like, you know, you're carrying the camera. It's good that we have a third person. It's great. It's okay. I'm not really that fussed. But I was literally like telling him what to do. So while we were shooting, he kept on implying that he wanted to go for dinner that evening. I was like, we'll meet up in a few days to get the footage, get the video. Because to be honest, I didn't really want him to edit the video. I literally just wanted him to give me the footage. I didn't really care about the editing. I enjoy editing my lookbooks because, again, sorry, Mike. Again, I get to show my personality in my videos, and I like the editing part because it's like really creative, and I'm really creative and I enjoy being really creative with my videos. So I was like, listen, we might have dinner tonight, but in 2 days, because I think he was there for a couple days extra. I said to him, in 2 days we can meet out at dinner to just get, you know, the footage, and obviously Adam would be there. It wouldn't be just me and him. I think what he wanted me to do is to basically hang out with him for the rest of the days that he was there, just me and him, take him around tourism or whatever. But obviously that did not happen. So anyway, after the shoot, I think the day after, I was messaging him and I was getting no response, completely ignoring me. And obviously I was pissed off because he did not message me and he had gone back to Sweden. And I was like, wait a minute, we were supposed to meet up. You're supposed to respond. By the way, I didn't give him my number. We were speaking through Instagram. But I was just like, we were supposed to meet up. You were supposed to give me the footage. Like, what the hell? How do you go from this to that, from I want to do this video with you to like not wanting to know me, like not wanting to speak to me at all, completely blanking me, everything. Obviously after that I was super pissed off, and I went on Instagram, and that's when I kind of spoke briefly about the story, because like we spent a whole day working, and I was actually working on sponsorships with some of these brands that I was wearing. It was very, very unprofessional, and I felt stupid. Like, I felt like, what the hell? Like, we literally just spent the whole day shooting this and you won't give me my videos. And then I wrote a little stuff on Instagram, and that's when he responded. And he tried to say to me that apparently I was not professional, and apparently nothing about the shoot was professional. And I literally told him, or I responded to him and I said to him, this is not supposed to be like a studio shoot, like for my brand or something. This is just a lookbook. It's a simple lookbook for my YouTube. They're supposed to be chill. They're supposed to be me, you know, like they're supposed to be really me, basically. And he, instead of telling me what I knew was obviously the truth, that he just wanted to spend time with me and he wanted me for himself, basically he was just attacking my professionalism. I don't know what is unprofessional about the fact that I met him prior to the shoot. We had a meeting prior to the shoot, then we did the shoot. I don't understand what's unprofessional about that. I'm not inviting you to Birmingham so we can have some honey bunny time together, honey. No, I don't like you like that. I sent him like these long ass messages. I was like, you've literally wasted my time. And was trying to come to me and say I'm unprofessional. Excuse me, you with your little, honestly, small boy behavior. How can you be crying because I didn't come and hold your hand and speak to you and say sweet nothings in your ear? Boy, sit down. I don't want you, okay? I don't want you. I never wanted you, okay? This is just work, okay? You think you can just send me flowers and then I'm, sitting on your lap? No, that's not how it works. You can't just love someone and then expect them to love you back just like that. This is not how it works, honey. And you cannot mix my work with it, because that really, really, really pisses me off, because you can't involve my work with your personal feelings. And then guess what he said at the end? Like, he sent this stupid response. Doesn't make any sense, because all he's he obviously doesn't want to talk about how he's feeling, because he doesn't want to seem like, he seems like he's really got some issues, but he doesn't want to talk. And then he had the audacity to say that I was just using people around me. You agreed to do this job. You agreed to do this job yourself. I didn't force you. I didn't do anything, but okay. So at the end, do you know what he said to me? If you want your videos, you can buy it. This is what I'm talking about. Men that have the audacity and entitlement. If you don't be with me, if you don't talk to me sweet, I'm not giving you your work. Like, what the hell is that? I don't understand. Where do you men come from? Who's raising you? Like, what? After that, I literally sent him a message and I said, it's fine, keep your footage. And then me and Adam refilmed the video, and honey, it was even better than his, because he doesn't even know how to film. I don't know why he calls himself a videographer, to be honest. So that is the story from 2017. Now, the story from this week is a little bit crazier, and I don't even know how to tell you the story and what you're going to think of it. And in a way, it was mishandled many times, and I'm going to explain to you how it was mishandled. But before we go there, I just want to say, don't try and be nice to a guy just because he's giving you gifts and shit. Like, if you don't like him, it's not by force to love someone. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I don't like you, I don't like you. It's not by force. So the next story is so messed up, okay, on so many levels. First of all, I'm going to explain to you the timeline, because it's a bit messy. My family went to Liverpool for 3 days, like all of them, and I had work in Manchester, so I didn't go with them. So they didn't tell me what was going on until I came back, which was like 3 days after the whole thing had already started, which I was really upset with my family for, but they didn't want to tell me on the phone. They wanted to tell me in person. So let me just start from the beginning, okay? There's this guy and his family, apparently. By the way, I don't actually believe information that has been given. I do believe some of it is fake. Anyway, there's this guy who claims that him and his family have come to Birmingham from Cardiff in Wales to look for me and my family. Yes, you heard that correctly. They came from Cardiff because he wants to come and look for my family so he can ask for my hand in marriage. This whole story makes me die, and it makes me pissed off. The hell? So this guy comes to Birmingham with his parents. I don't understand what parents allow their son to drag them to another city to look for a girl who they don't even know. Anyway, so apparently he was going around different mosques, right, in Birmingham, asking people if they know the De Silva family. And where do they live? That's the question he keeps asking. Where do they live? Where do they live? Where's their house? Where do they live? Why do you want to know where I live? He was in one mosque and he was asking people who knows the De Silva family. And then one of my brother, Abdullah, one of his friends were there, and he was like, I know the De Silva family. Well, I know Abdullah from the De Silva family. What do you want from them? And he was like, bro, I love Habiba. I want to marry her. I want to meet her family. The IQ has left the chat. Abdullah's friend was kind of spooked out. He's like, what the hell? This is a bit weird. So he was literally begging his friend to give him our address. And this is actually the day I was back from Manchester, and I was at home as well on my own because my whole family were not there, and his parents were with him. All his friends were like, no, I can't give you their address, but and then he was like, who do you know from the family? And he was like, I know Abdullah. And then he's like, please give me Abdullah's phone number, I just want to speak to them. So obviously this is where the mishandlement has begun. I'm not putting blames on anyone. I know this was like, there was a lot of confusion, okay? This whole situation is a lot of confusion. So Abdullah's friend felt like he just felt like on the spot, and he gave him Abdullah's number, right? So this guy immediately called my brother and it was his mum. He put his mum on the call. Speaks to Abdullah. She's like, hello, can I speak to your mother? Now, if you guys don't know, my mother teaches, so Abdullah assumed that this woman was calling to speak to my mum about teaching and stuff like that. So Abdullah gives the phone to my mum, and he says to my mum, Mama, this woman wants to speak to you about, you know, teaching. So my mum takes the phone and she's like, hey, assalamu alaikum, what days do you need, blah blah blah. She's like literally going into work mode, and she's like asking lots of questions, and the woman's like, well, actually no, this is not what I'm calling you for. I am calling you because we want to ask for your hand in marriage. We want to come to your house. My mum was like, of course, there's another miscommunication. I would have wanted my mother to put the phone down and speak to me first, but I think it was just a bit overwhelming for her, and there was just so much going on. So the woman said to her, we've come all the way from Cardiff to look for you and your family, and we want to come and visit you. So my mum was just like, what the hell? Like, there was just a lot going on, and she was just like, who are you? Like, who's your son? Like, what's going on? Like, who's this? Who's that? Like, she was asking loads of questions about them and who they are and who's whatever. So she was just saying that my son's this, my son's 24, he's a doctor. I wish I can share his photo on here because you guys will die, but I won't, because I'm not gonna go that low. I'm going low, but not that low, you know. And then he got on the phone to my mom as well, and he was like, yeah, I love your daughter so much. Like, he was saying sweet nothings to my mum. He was like, I really love your daughter, like, she completes me. He was chatting so much rubbish. The thing is with my mum, bless her heart, I love her, I love my mum, but I think sometimes she can be naive when it comes to social media and the internet, and she believes people because she doesn't really come across like negative people like that. Like, everybody around her is very positive and lovely and nice and very face front, but she didn't get it then, but you know, we've had a conversation about it or whatever. But in that moment, she didn't understand that not everybody on social media who knows who I am loves me for me. Do you know what I mean? Like, she didn't get that, so she was like asking him who he was, blah blah blah, just questions about himself, because she was a bit confused. And then she even said to him, like, I don't know why you love my daughter that much, you don't even know her. Do you know what I mean? Like, what? And then she was like, can you send me a photo of yourself, to the guy? And he was like, oh, I would, but my hair's really messy. Anyway, so that conversation finished with my mum just saying, I'm going to speak to my daughter and we'll see what's going on. So as soon as my mum told me the story, I was like, what the hell? This guy wants our address. Because the thing is, he was saying to my mum, he was begging her to come to our house. And I was like, why are they so fixated on wanting to come to our house? Why are they so fixated? These people are obviously just trying to get information about me, just trying to see where I live. God knows what they want to do to us or me or my family. And the thing is, this situation, like, I've been so amped and pumped this weekend because I'm pissed off. Because one thing I don't like, right, you can do shit to me, right, but if you even try to get to my family, I get I get really pissed off, because my family is everything to me. And if you try to get to my family or take advantage of their like kindness, I flip. So I was literally getting so pissed off, because I'm like, guys, like, I'm talking to my family, I was like, guys, why the hell did you give them this much attention? You're making it seem like we're interested. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, no, this is not how this works. This guy doesn't even know me. He just saw my picture on Instagram and thought to himself, okay, I'm gonna go to Birmingham and look for this girl so I can marry her. Like, what? Who in their right mind would do that? That should have been an alarm bell from the beginning. And obviously, me and my parents have had this conversation. I'm like, you can't do this again. Like, you can't, because this is dangerous for our family. And they understand that now, because we've never been in a situation like this. Like, I do keep my family away from social media. As you guys know, I'm not that personal with my family on the internet. Like, even though I've done a video with my mom, but I'm not always, you know, they're not always on my social media and stuff, because I'm really, really protective. So the next day, after me and my parents had this conversation, he sent his pictures to Abdullah, and guys, let's just say the first thing my mum said is he wants you to join ISIS, because that's what he looks like. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. I'm sorry, this is too funny. I'm dying. Honestly, this is too much for me right now. It's too funny, because all of my family were dying. Astaghfirullah. You know, you shouldn't make fun of how someone looks, but just the way the way he was dressed, the way his hair was. And it's funny because he was saying his hair was messy the day before, but bro. Anyway, I don't even know if that's his real photo. We don't even know any of that. Like, they could be anyone. Like, this whole situation could be anything. I told Abdullah to send him a message like, we're not interested in you. If you ever message us again, we're going to call the police, because this is harassment. You can't just come and start looking for someone's house that you don't even know. If you want to marry someone, if you're interested in someone, you get to know them first. I'm not going to marry someone I don't know. What? For sure he doesn't look like a doctor. That's for sure. Like, I'm 100% sure he's not. Anyway, whatever with what he looks. Got my brother to send a message saying that don't contact us again or we'll call the police. And he had the nerve to say to my brother, you need to learn some manners. What? That is yesterday. This is when I started writing all those stories on Instagram yesterday. I can't explain to you how pissed off I was. I'm a really calm person. I'm a no fighting person. I'm a proper Cancer, right? Like, I'm a really like, oh no, you know? But if you try to get to my family, no. Wrong move, bro. Wrong freaking move. When he was on the phone to my mum, he was saying stuff like, I really want to do the halal way. Okay. The halal way is trying to go to someone's house who doesn't even want you, but okay. And then he was saying to my brother, he was messaging my brother as if he's messaging me, saying, Habiba, would you go on a date with me? What? Are you okay? No, you're not. You're really sick in the head. So angry, I almost called him to tell him what I was thinking in my head, which was not very nice things, by the way, very bad words I was thinking. And I really wanted to tell him all these bad words and be like, like everything that I wanted to say to him. But I called my friend first. I called Latifa first, and I was speaking to my family, and they were like, calm down, you can't do it like this, blah blah blah. But honestly, I'm sick and tired of men who are so entitled. Like, what gives you the entitlement to come and look for my house and come and speak to my family like that? Who gave you? Who sent you? Why do you feel so entitled? Where is this confidence from? Like, he was fully saying to my mum, the fact that I even managed to get Abdullah's number, this is a sign. Stay in the land of the sheep. Please don't come back. You're not welcome here. This last story, he was literally begging my mum to meet me. It's obviously he just wants to say, I met Habiba. Do you know what I mean? Like, he just wants to say, oh my God, I met her. Like, I went to her house. Like, oh, it makes me sick. It makes me physically sick knowing that people think that they have the entitlement to do that. This is making me pissed off all over again. I feel like calling him now. But no, you don't do them things. And if you're a guy watching my video, don't ever force a girl to like you. Like, if you like a girl, cool. If she don't like you back, don't force it. It's not. Oh man, some men are so disgusting. It's so vile. It's just, no, you don't do them things. But yeah, guys, those are my stories for now. If anything else happens, I might just talk about it again. Do not mess with me or I'll bait you out. Easy as. Anyway, it was lovely speaking to you guys. Stay safe, and I shall see you in my next video.